We are talking mobile. Alex Moazed is the founder, president, and CEO of Applico, a mobile solutions company that provides everything from strategy to development for everyone from Fortune 500 companies to the U.S. government. Alex started Applico while still in college when he developed the NYC Transit BlackBerry application. It was a best-selling travel app by year, and he joins us now. Alex, tell us why we're all going mobile all the time.
It just seems to be a trend these days that is gaining more and more momentum. You're going to continue to see a lot of it going into 2013. All of the true power that are contained in these mobile and tablet devices are really going to start to be unleashed even more so.
So you do app development for big companies, Fortune 500 companies. How much more? Talk to us about the pace of spending that these companies are doing on mobile application, mobile enablement for their products and services.
We're still just at the beginning of mobile. A lot of companies that have gotten involved in mobile thus far are really still in their exploratory phase. They're getting familiar with it. They've put some money into it. But now that some of them have been doing it for a few years, now their strategies are starting to become more robust, and now they're starting to commit more and more dollars to it to really blow out a plan of attack.
What types of businesses are we going to see get bigger in mobile?
I think our two big vertical focuses are healthcare and entertainment. You've already seen some of it within entertainment. Healthcare is going to undergo huge disruption, especially with Obamacare, and mobile is going to be there to really help bring healthcare into kind of the new era that it's moving towards.
What about platforms? What do you develop for? iOS mainly, Apple, or do you do a lot of Android?
So with our clients, when we're doing the strategy with our clients, we're platform agnostic. It may be native, it may be...
Okay, so better question then. What are your clients asking you to do? Do they want more iOS? Do they want more Android? Perhaps, pardon me.
He's Canadian.
Lost my ability
Sorry,
to talk.
It's hard for him.
And I'm curious about BlackBerry. Is BlackBerry just a lost cause from an app development standpoint?
You're really going to see iPhone and Android when you're building a native application. You see a little bit of Windows Phone, but not much of it. You don't really see much BlackBerry anymore. You see more and more mobile web. And so now, how is mobile web starting to work with native mobile applications? And that is changing some of the landscape as well.
The BB10, right, the new BlackBerry is due out any time. We understand that it's been shipped to carriers for testing. Have you seen it yet? I mean, are you going to start experimenting with it? And do you see, from what you know, do you see promise in that device? Because without applications, you have to figure it can't compete with Android. It can't really compete with Apple's little walled garden, as they like to describe it.
We've seen some tidbits of it. We've done some research here and there on it. But ultimately, a lot of it's going to be driven by our clients and how comfortable they feel and what kind of scale it's going to take to regain its position in the marketplace. And that's going to be difficult. You see that with Microsoft as well. And
just no uptake, right?
You know, they are trying to get apps built on their platform. And
they're paying for them.
Yeah.
Can you talk about mobile security for a moment? As we said earlier, you're doing business with the government, Fortune 500 companies like GM, AT&T. Security is a major issue for these organizations. How are you addressing it?
And especially in healthcare, too. You see it all the time. So a lot of it comes down to in the planning stages, before you actually start building anything. But how are you going to deal with the data? Is the data going to be stored in the cloud that everyone talks about these days? And are you storing it on the device? So you see a lot of data being stored in the cloud and not living locally on the phone.
Alex, look into the future. What is life with a mobile device going to be like 2 years from now?
And what happens when you leave it in a cab? That's my biggest problem.
Well, see, actually, if you leave it in a cab, you'll be more protected because you could erase it remotely. And so when you use it as your credit card, as mobile payments are going to be big in 2013 as well, there's a lot of security which comes along with that. Very different than just losing a piece of plastic and then having to replace it. So, but you're going to be able to control all of your devices. You go into your home, you can control your thermostat, your fireplace, your refrigerator, your washing machine. All of your appliances will start to become...
One last quick question. We do hear from some app developers that it's tough to make money in this business. Do you share that experience?
I think that depends on their business model. We've been growing pretty well and had over 3x growth year in and
But does growing mean making dollars?
Not always, but in our case, yeah, but not for everyone in the industry. However, if you look at mobile gaming, for example, by 2015, It's projected to be a $15 billion industry. When you compare that to the toy industry as a whole, they're about a $20 billion industry. There are a lot of dollars coming into mobile and very, very quickly.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. Great conversation.
Thank you.
Alex Moazed, founder, president, and CEO of Applico. Coming up right here on Market Makers, we have got a lot